Hello, welcome back everyone to another video. Today on the Daily Dose of Dynasty Scrolls, we're basically going to cover some topics. It was a bit of an eye-opener concerning what viewers like to watch in terms of content, which is great. So thank you for those that contributed and put some comments and suggestions forward. Concerning, seeing how basically power up for 40 million plus. I do enjoy doing those videos, but of course they are significantly longer than just an explanation on an event or me doing pulls on an event, which I'm sure people still enjoy watching anyway. But in terms of today, there's a couple of things I'd like to highlight. Firstly is a shout out to the EOC Legion, their Discord, who one of the members dropped a link to another guy who does these sorts of videos. So an Asian chap called RW or RWU. I'll put a link in the description to his channel below, but he essentially did a pretty cool video on the Legion trials. And I figured because so many people do like watching me do some gameplay, I don't really talk too much in terms of strategies because I've only been playing this game since it was sort of released for me. So I'm on Asia Server 10, so I haven't been playing for very long, a little bit over a month. But in terms of understanding, I have a fairly decent grasp of what the Warlord clan can do, or Han Nation for those that know. So I guess I'll be talking from a perspective of the Warlord class. I may touch on some of the other early game heroes that you can use, but again, I preface I'm not a expert, and make sure you check out RW's or RWU's video as well, which I'll link in the description. He goes into it a little bit more in depth, and for sure he, I think he's like a VIP 20 or something. He's crazy. He's got a crazy account. But I think the Chinese server has access to this game for like a year now or something, which is pretty cool. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into it. So we are going to be doing something concerning trials. I just want to check to see what else is going on here. So we occupied a city. That's why we got some gold in the morning. It's always nice to go through and check out what you got. I did my behemoth thing. Conquest. Okay, so we did get a city, so we got some gold there. That's always nice to see. In terms of this, the billionaire event is still up, so make sure if you want to do the mice pulls, do those. I may in fact do some of those at the end of this video. And of course, I'm actually going to try my hand at some editing, so stay tuned to that. But as we jump into it, trials. What's important about trials? Well, I always say when people ask, how do I get a high power level? The first thing I talk about is, are you doing your trials? Mainly because as you progress with your stars, you will unlock certain features. So early game, you'll be able to get some epic gear. Heck, you can even get some blue and purple gear as well to begin with. But the idea is the equipment shop is the reason you do your trials. And as you progress through, it is important to be able to complete these sets. Not really too important in terms of doing your rare sets. Your epic set is kind of where most people will end up with. So in terms of like, should you be building epic sets? Absolutely. I'll get into some of the reasons maybe in another video when we can talk about upgrading, because it kind of ties in hand. But for the purpose of this video, it is important to be collecting the shards and of course completing your set bonuses. I guess we can look at it real quick. If you do a full complete set on your character, make sure you're checking their affinity first to see which one actually suits them. Either the Vermilion or the Conqueror set, you actually will get some additional bonuses. In this instance, you get 8% crit, 8% attack, and of course a flat stat bonus to attack if you run a full piece of Conqueror. But the main reason that people get excited about this is because you can actually start to accumulate legendary equipment shards. Now, Awu's video broke this down. Of course, it was in Chinese, so I'll try to interpret the best that I can. He did make a pretty good go of it in terms of English. It wasn't too hard to understand or anything like that. But in terms of where you can start to access the legendary shards is after 600 star levels. So at the moment, my star level is 279. I'm on 32. I believe his video was around floor 80. So yeah, it is something that we definitely have to work towards, particularly if you're early game or even mid game. I still classify myself as particularly early game, but in terms of this, it is something that everybody needs to work towards, and we'll definitely be doing some live demonstrations of me doing it. But in terms of this, of course, you want to be able to accumulate some additional currency as you star up as well. You will get gold. Every few levels, every 5 levels, you get gold. Gold is fucking phenomenal. Everyone wants gold. So yes, there is a second incentive is to star up to get that free juicy gold. It's kind of like a bonus, but inevitably you want to get to the point where you can accumulate some of these legendary sets. Now, at star level 650, unfortunately I can't show you it, but 650 you will get the Ascension Stones, which is, and I can show you what the Ascension Stones look like, which is the requirement in order to exchange for these shard packs. So if you go into your expedition, if you go all the way over to Mount Danjon, or Mount Dinjon, in the metal shop, there is this thing called Legendary Equipment Essence. You can buy 3 here a day, and as you unlock these abilities or further progress in the gameplay, I'm not sure what procs the unlocks. I feel like it's just a server level. So when all of your server reaches a certain day, they start to unlock new features. I feel like that's the truth, but I can't confirm it. But essentially, you need this legendary essence, and that is what you'll do to correspondingly get some of these. Legion shop. Why did I go in the Legion shop? It's okay. We're here anyway. Where are we? Where's my trial shop? Show me my trial shop. Equipment shop. There we go. So, in terms of this, you need the essence, which you can buy from Mount Dungeon. But of course, as you unlock it at level 650 stars, you will be able to exchange this currency, the merit currency, for 3 more. And at 700 stars, you'll get an additional 3 more. So in total, if you decide to buy it from, say, the metal shop, you can get a total of 9 legendary equipment essences per day. So you can basically buy 9 of the legendary equipment shards. He didn't really cover that in the video, but that is the additional place where you can get those Ascendance required items. Hope that helps those that are maybe a little bit further on, and you'd be like, oh shit, I can actually get another 3 more. In terms of what you need to be doing. Now, I'm going to reset my tower. It was discussed that you need to not quick blitz the floors, but you in fact need to blitz them one by one. And the reason is you want to tailor your outcome. So in terms of what is the first skill you pick, the second skill you pick, of course this is based on how many star levels you have accomplished within that tower. Generally speaking, I feel like most people will be able to blitz quite a few levels to begin with, so you should have access to all 9 star, so from 3 to 6 to 9 stars. If you don't though, obviously go with the option that becomes available to you, and we'll talk about that as we progress. So to begin with, damage increase is essentially the best option. So anything that boosts your damage. And secondly, it is attack percentage, or in this instance, the sword symbol. So we're going to pick attack percentage. And as we progress along, we're going to blitz this floor as well. I will do some editing the first time I do it, so be kind. And I'll try to put up the little indicators as to what is the best one to pick, so everybody can kind of, follow it along. So as we blitz, the next thing you want to look at is if you don't have an option to pick, say, damage increase, attack percentage, the next one would be crit strength, crit rate, pierce, or accuracy. If you're kind of stuck in this limbo where there's no real options of the top 6, you would go combo strength. And of course, that's kind of self-explanatory as to why. Damage reduction really is not going to help because the strategy that these people deploy and what we'll deploy doesn't revolve around taking hits. So in this tense, you probably be like, oh, well, HP is good, right? Not really. You kind of want Pierce, and the thing is, Pierce allows you to mitigate the chance of the enemy blocking your attack. That's what Pierce does. So Pierce is up there. If you don't have an option, you can always just pick what one works for you. Crit Strength is another top tier item, so we're going to go with Crit Strength. It is number 3rd on the list. Let's go. Now, next, of course, the sexy damage boost is there at 9-star. You want to go over here where I'm tapping. That's the one we want. I think like damage boost is the most OP version of this. Now, we're going to quick blitz it. HP, crit resist, accuracy. Accuracy is the last one on the list out of the top 6, so we're going to go with accuracy. And then move forward. Quick blitz. I hope this is all making sense to you. Now, accuracy or attack, because attack is higher in the listing, we will go with attack percentage. I'm sure there's going to be some flaws where I can't choose anything within the top 6 choices. Of course, there's combo crit rate, there's damage boost, and of course there is the combo crit rate again. Everyone would be like, yeah, let's pick the 9-star. But if we follow what the list says, we're going to go with damage boost. I'm curious to see just how far we can progress doing it this method. I'm hoping that we clear at least another 10 stages, which is ambitious, but I'm here for the long haul. So we've got defense, accuracy, or crit damage, or crit strength, I should say, and we, of course, are going to go with crit strength. Crit strength means we do additional damage when we crit against the enemy, for those that didn't know. Crit chance is the increased rate in which we can actually crit on the enemy. So here we've got HP, block strength, and attack. Oh, that 30% attack is beautiful. We're going for that. I feel like RNG is definitely with us in terms of progress. So damage bonus, crit strength, or resistance. We're always going to go with the damage bonus. That is the top tier item as we progress along. Crit, block strength, or reduction at juicy 30% crit. We love that. We're going to go with that. And moving forward, we have defense, block strength, and crit. We're just going to go with crit, even though it's just 10%. I feel like we're going to have 100% crit rate by the time we finish this tower. Not complaining. In terms of crit strength, combo, crit rate, or damage reduction, we're going to go with the combo crit strength. There was nothing really there that stood out. You're only going to get flaws that don't fit within the top 6. Obviously go with your combos because you're going to be using your combos more. Well, your combos is essentially what you want to be picking if you get stuck. Everything else is a little bit obsolete, but you should be using your combos at some point. Now, crit strength, defense, we're going to go with crit strength. The strategies that well, at least I saw deployed, revolved more around just killing the enemy in the first round. So crit strength is here. Of course, that's probably the ideal position that everyone wants to be in anyway. Is to one-shot them in the first round. Combo damage increase, combo strength, or combo resistance. I don't feel like combo crit strength is probably that great. I feel like overall damage is greater than crit strength because it boosts it regardless if it crits or not. So we're going to go with that. Let's have a look here. So we've got crit strength, and defense. Oh, that boosts the crit strength. I mean, if we get 100% crit by the end of this floor, it's going to be awesome, plus that crit strength. Attack, ooh, 30% attack. That's a no-brainer. I am excited. I'm getting excited because I'm like, man, we're gonna make some progress today. Um, combo combo crit resistance, strength, damage reduction. This is a bit weird. I feel like I'm just gonna go with the 9-star on that. Gonna wing it. Don't know if there was a right or wrong answer there. Crit strength, pierce, or block reduction. We're gonna go with crit strength. Well, we're slowly but surely getting there. Now, in terms of this, there is really no answer. We're going to go accuracy because it's the last one of the top 6 list. I should have a top 6 list floating around here when we actually see this, so hopefully that doesn't get too far in the way, but I'll remove it when we actually do some combat. Combo damage, combo strength, or combo resistance strength. I think we're just going to go raw damage. We're going to go raw damage. When in doubt, pick damage. Crit, pierce, or block. We're going to go with crit. We want to get that 100% crit. Pierce would have been nice, though, to mitigate the shield. But, okay, here's a good one. So, ultimately speaking, HP, defense, or block strength. Dealer's choice. These guys hit really hard. So I don't know if 30% defense is actually going to do anything, and I don't really know if 10% HP would have done anything anyway. But that's fine. Let's jump into this. So damage bonus, yes, let's get that. And we've got crit strength. We're actually going to go with crit strength this time because I feel like we've almost capped out on our crit. Where's my crit rate? So we've got 50% crit, plus 50% crit, and then we've got 150% crit damage. I like that. Maybe we'll pick crit next time and we'll cap that out at 100. Attack, crit strength, or attack. Oh, attack is higher on the list than crit strength, so we're going to go with attack. Attack being number 2. I feel like overall attack's probably going to help the boost of crit anyway. In terms of raw damage, because the higher your damage is when you crit, it's still multiplicative. If you didn't realize this, so crit is factored in by your attack, and it's generally calculated in a game as 1.5%, i.e. when you crit, you do an additional 50% damage based off your attack. Don't want to get too technical about that, but that's generally the rule of thumb when you calculate what crit does and crit damage. Now, damage bonus, that's the one we're going to go with. As you can see, I play too many games. We're going to go with attack. And they generally keep the generic formula across most platforms, with minor deviations. There's not really anything we can pick here, so we're just going to do the 30% HP. And, ooh, so this is where we're at. So we're back to level 32. Our overall stats are crit strength is 150%, our attack is at 110, our pierce 30, our damage increase is 90%, so overall we're doing an additional 90% damage. As you can see, our crit rate is plus 50%. So our combo is crit strength. You can't really read that because I don't know why they didn't expand that out, but damage increase and crit strength of combo is up there as well. Alright, so in terms of formation, this was discussed also in RW's video. Basically, I can only really talk about it from my perspective. Where's that deployment? So for me, I went with Zhu Jiang up front because he does rage, but he also does AoE. Zhu hits like a truck, so I'm putting him second slot, and then Yuji cleans up. He generally kills whoever's left. The biggest secret to success for the Han Nation is basically it revolves around you being able to either disable or rage reduce the enemy round 1 plus inflicting poison on them. And what that means is it gives your opportunity to the pets. So your pets are the secret weapon for this class. I feel like it's for every class, but this class in particular because we don't actually have a lot of burst damage. We do have characters that you can deploy that do single and column burst damage, but I don't use them. I can tell you what they are in a second, but essentially you want to use the Lynx pet. The Lynx pet by far is just, he wreaks havoc. He attacks in a column when one of the enemy's HP drops below 60%. He does 389% damage ignoring, so defense ignoring damage, i.e. he cannot be resisted. And when he kills an enemy, because he fucking kills an enemy, then your mechanical bird procs. Now your mechanical bird attacks the back row and it pretty much triggers once, but the minute that the enemy team dies, one of their members dies, this procs, and it also does damage that is defense resistant. So he ignores all defense, does true damage to them. So at the moment I'm using this powerful combo. It really, really does do some amazing damage in terms of, oh shit, we just wiped out entire teams, particularly in trial. I should preface that. It actually does work quite well in pretty much all other PvE content, including the Beast Trials. So yeah, I do quite enjoy using this combo now. I actually prefer it over the Ox, because the Ox triggers when your character dies, whereas the Phoenix triggers when you kill an enemy with the Lynx. So it's quite nice. I think the Ape is also something that I would like to use at level 80. Anyway, if we go into it in a little bit more in-depth detail concerning this nation, in the comments section of the video, just hit me up with your team and maybe I can talk to you individually about what characters I would personally use. Again, I'm not necessarily a master of the Wu, Shu, or Wei nation, but I can put my suggestions in the comments if you want to tell me what nation you're running with and what you should be using. For this one, you probably can get away with not having to use some solo damage. Han nation, generally speaking, He Zhong is your go-to for DPS. He hits like a truck. He does that to the front row enemies. He also has a stun chance, which is quite nice with CC. It also has a increased crit rate, which is quite nice too. Gongjung, or Gonsanjang, I don't know how to pronounce this guy. He basically hits like a truck too, but he does it in a column damage. He has more accuracy and crit, and he deals an additional damage to a target that has more than 50% HP. He is also a very good choice in terms of Han single target and also column damage. If you're lacking DPS, make sure you're using Gongzhang Zhang or Hoi Zhong. Oh mate, Dong Zhao, he does an AoE, but he also hits pretty damn hard when he does. If you obviously would be building him, he is quite a tanky unit too, so he can take a few licks before he dies. He increases block by 25%, so I quite like using him. But he does attack quite a lot of enemies, and he does clean up quite nicely, in my opinion, with this legendary hero, Jie Zhu. So I quite like this guy as well. He does exactly the same attack formation of Dong Zhao, so they pretty much, I always put one slot one and the other one directly behind them, so they're always hitting the same column or same target area. Pretty much cleans up one another. Okay. Now that I've bored you enough with my little strategy, let's actually go in and see how far we can progress. We're going to talk about a little bit of a glitch as well. I'm going to call it a glitch. We're going to discuss it anyway. It works on all platforms. He did bring this up in his video, so I guess it's not a universal secret or anything like this. In the event that you potentially are going to lose a fight, all you need to do is press this little pause button down here. So the one with the two dashes, it's in the bottom left, down here. And depending on what application you're on, if you're on playing BlueStacks, you just minimize the screen and quit the game. If you're on iOS or Android, all you do is you open up this ability here and you just scroll up. So you need to go into your Breakdown tab like this, and then boom, it resets the game automatically. So I'll just hopefully that explains it to you in a little bit more detail. We're just going to jump straight into here anyway. I don't actually think there's too much in terms of privacy breach there. That's all right. So essentially, that's how you mitigate if you are going to lose a battle. I don't really want to do it any more times than I have to. But basically, watch his video. He explains it in there a little bit more. But this is essentially the strategy. You just pause it, and then you go into your minimize screen here. So Android might be a little bit different to iOS, but you minimize the app and then you just scroll up. And then when you go back into the app, it will refresh it. You will not lose your little hearts. So in terms of like, oh shit moments, you're like, yeah, you're not going to lose out. You're good to go. But you do have to pay very close attention to the flow of the battle. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to lose, and then you lose, and you're like, you try the technique, it's too late. You can't. Once you hit the defeat or once you hit the win, it's all over. So that's basically the strategy that's deployed to maximize your little 3 heart symbols above your head. I feel like in terms of progress here, it's not going to be too hard. I turn combos off. I don't really use combos. There's no point. But as you can see, the links and the mechanical bird are enough. And yeah, we're just blitzing it. We are just blitzing it. So let's see how high we can actually climb. I predict we will get to floor 40 or stage 40. It's ambitious, but I want to see it happen. If I get into an oh shit situation where I'm going to lose a heart, I'm going to try that technique for sure. Alright, so as we said, we're going to go with combo strength for this one. There's not really too many choices. We're going to blitz this. We're going to fight this dude. Win within 4 rounds. Too easy. Too easy. Alrighty then. It seems pretty self-explanatory. You just keep leveling up. You just keep going through the motions. I guess we can do a couple more levels. See how far we get. All heroes must survive, so nobody can die. Ooh. He survived 2 hits. Very interesting. Maybe they are getting a little bit harder. Hmm. Yeah, the links procs. Nice, nice. So I like Zhu Zhang because he does hit pretty hard up the back. By the way, as you can tell, this is all boosted damage. So this is not what this is not technically what it looks like normally. We don't really shit on people this easily. Oh shit, we almost died then. Oh fuck, we died. I didn't see that happening. We couldn't do my little reset. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna keep my eye on that one and we're gonna attempt that again. But as you can see, I guess it's a good example of this too. If you do die in the trial, you have an option to buy a Conqueror set or or you can buy like the outright Conqueror piece, or you can buy some shards, and there's no set trial merchant. It only lasts 30 minutes. I'm going to pay attention to this one a little bit closer. I'm going to slow down the speed. Let's see how we go. I slow down the speed and we win. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe I wasn't able to kill them quick enough. Crit strength. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. Crit strength. That was funny. I'm like, oh, we're not gonna lose. Then we lost. Shit. Should pay more attention. So as you can see, it does happen. One person did ask me at one point, does Yuji stack the damage, the debuff for the defense? I'd like to say I don't know. Oh, can we do this? Oh, fuck. He just wiped us out. I didn't even really have a chance to pause that one, to be honest. I had no idea he was going to be able to hit me that hard. uh, all right. Before we go any further, because we're probably going to keep losing, essentially speaking, the one tactic that was discussed was if you have an ability to use your wishing coins, I've already spent most of my ones if you saw my previous video, because I like to do stuff like that. Sun Quan is a great first choice for an avatar pick because he has a really, really high chance to stun the enemy. So 50% chance to stun the target for 1 round. Basically, that was the strategy that was talked about. Honestly, I don't really feel like I needed to deploy that sort of strategy for this team. If I really wanted to, I probably could put up Dao Chan up to slot 2. I could swap out my avatar back to its original VIP. So if you don't already know, if you want to cancel it, you can go in there anytime you like. And then you just basically revert back to the uniform that you're using. So for VIP, this uniform gives you a 25% chance to stun targets for 1 round, and it damages the front row. So if you are like lacking in terms of raw DPS and you want to go down the route of CC, we can try that. So let's give that a whirl. Try to be a little bit holistic. I don't have Sun Quan. I don't really have too many CC tier players here. But I'm going to pause this before that dude hits me, I'm going to fucking pause this. I reckon he's going to kill me. I reckon $10 says he kills me. Ah, he did. Damn it. So that's where we actually ended up, level 35. See, at that point, I mean, there really wasn't too many opportunities to go and hit the reset for the oh shit moment. He literally just kills you round 1. So when you get to that point where they're just killing you round 1, don't bother with trying to reset your levels. That's funny. Next time, tomorrow, we're going to test it out with some stuns in the front row, and I'm probably going to use Dao Chan for the silence. So I'll probably go with protagonist without a avatar on, Dao Chan, and I'm going to try with Zhu Jiang, and see if I get those rage reductions, stuns, and silences off. So that'll be round 2 tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'll see how far we go, if it's worth putting in a video. But hopefully this was amusing to some people, assisted some other people in their inquiries. It was a little bit hard to explain how to auto reset your hearts, but basically you need to pause and then exit the application if you are going to lose, and then you won't in fact lose. It's kind of hard when they're going to one-shot you anyway. So that was a poor example on my behalf. But anyway, I figure why don't we just finish it out with some rat race. Do something fun. Maybe we get a gold rat. You know, make it a little bit less serious. That should be enough to get all of you. I think that's enough. Alright. Do we have enough to summon 10 little ratties? Yes, we do. Here we go. Give me a gold rat among the gum trees. Give me one. Did we get the gold rat? No. Did we? Yes. We got the gold mice. I love that. I love it. Who came up with the idea of using fire at the Battle of Chibi? Pang Tong, of course, is the answer. For those that don't know, he was the guy who came up with the strategy of the Battle of Redcliffe. That's so cool. We got the gold mouse. All right. That's time for another video. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And of course, follow Ah Woo, who actually came up with the original concept for this video.